what are you finding in terms of, let's say, a first home buyer borrowing 600,000? What sort of appetite is there for fixing the whole lot? Many people wanting to fix the entire thing?
Look, I think it's naturally a question because a lot of people still don't really know they can split their mortgage, so they think they've got to take one or the other, and they don't realise there's an option to take a bit of both. So that's a question. Do I just go fixed or variable? And then you explain to them that option. For me, then, the way I normally guide them is to sort of say, look, we want to leave enough. If you're going to go partially variable, then we want to possibly leave enough variable that gives you a bit of room to move to be able to pay down the debt over the period of time that you've got the fixed rate mortgage for. So if you fix for 3 years, how much extra do you think you could pay off during that 3 years, and use it as a bit of a conversation piece to talk about what that split or that breakup might look like between fixed and variable.
Would you say that you would have more self-employed people or PAYG employees or government, private sector? Do you see any trend on who's more likely to want to lock in versus a floating rate, a variable rate?
I definitely think the self-employed person is less likely to want to fix. So depending on what sort of debt they're holding in other places, I find that it's the first home buyer that typically has the highest chance of wanting to fix. And I've just usually put that down in the past to it's because they've never done it before. This is the biggest amount of debt that they've ever taken on, and it's just so new that they want to minimise that risk somehow.
Yes, I find self-employed people tend to possibly be more of a risk taker, and so they're happy to float with the economic environment. And there is a theory with many industries, particularly in the private sector, that if rates are going up, there are many sectors where their pay is going up. And that's one of the things that's fueling the increase in property prices. So many of us in different sectors, not just finance, but many sectors, will be experiencing income rises or more bonuses during those times where the RBA has to lift rates and banks have to lift rates to curb the heat of the market.